This podcast contains mature language. Listener discretion is advised.
Chapter 27, Final Preparations.
You three awaken after your long rest, finally feeling refreshed after going a day and a half without sleep and the events that transpired in Phandelver. What do you three do?
Wipe off the drool off the side of my beard.
Do I get to
And the
take
dirt.
my exhaustion?
Yes, your point of exhaustion is removed.
What do you guys want to do? I go for breakfast. No.
So I'll say at this point you don't even know what time it is.
I turn to Meilin, and we need to come up with a list of necessities, see if what we can get from the town before we talk to Silverbow, go into Vega Cave.
Meilin? You'll start.
I think so, and we need to make a list of what supplies we need. So I agree.
Should we do
I'm
that?
like, you must be super tired because that's exactly what I just said.
Yes, I was agreeing. We need to get a list.
He was exhausted after all.
Well, right
Yeah.
before you face planted, I was about to tell you last night to make a list. Well, you went to sleep.
I tap on my head and I'm like, I have the list right up here.
Okay. So we do need some supplies before we head out. Yes.
Let's go find Val and just make our one commutative list together.
Do we know where he went? He didn't seem too keen on this place.
From everything that he saw, it probably holds some pretty
Memories.
sore spots.
Yeah, I saw him kind of peeking around the corner of the bend over there in the cave. So, probably not in here, but let's go find him.
So we take off to find Val.
Okay, so you guys exit out of the small sitting room that you crashed out in. And just across the hall, you see in a doorway slightly open into a barracks. You see Val inside getting ready.
Hey, Angus, you want to go grab Meilin? I'll do it. I forgot. I'll go get Cost
Okay.
and make sure he's...
You turn around,
I'll take care of it.
enter back into the sitting room, and
Yeah.
push the desk out of the way.
Yeah. Hey, Cost, we're going to go find Val
Okay.
I didn't
and
think
get supplies.
So you open the door, you see that Koss has been sitting on the bed that's in the room, and he has his book open in front of him, and he closes it. Looks up at you. And what exactly are we doing? We're getting your friend, and then what?
We're going to be getting supplies. We're going to be heading out. Trying to find Vega Cave. We need to...
And you know where this is.
We have a roundabout idea, and we have someone who knows. So, we did have a map. No longer we have that. So,
A lot of operative words in that sentence.
just optimism.
Hmm.
So we're going to get supplies since all of ours have been taken. Once we've been resupplied up, we're going to head out. Care to join?
For the time being, lead the way. And he gets up, starts following you out of the room.
I just realized that with all my items that I had,
Mhm.
I had a small cage with a pet mouse that I'd never attended to.
Oh, that's right.
27 episodes in, you remember you have a pet mouse.
It's
I think we could kind of
Lying with Kismet.
speed over that.
He's lying with Kismet.
Let's say you left the pet.
He's with kids.
He let him go.
Let's just say that maybe the pet mouse is back at the Lady Luck gambling hall awaiting your return.
But just to be fair, they also took a token to remember my parents by, which I never had. So something the church must have given me.
Maybe it's still in your quarters back at your original home.
Maybe it was in your pack that was stolen.
Or maybe it was in your pack that was stolen. Who knows?
You can certainly try.
Yeah. There's only so many things I can keep track of at this table.
Oh, it took the one large unknown egg. Also.
Yeah.
So we go.
Yeah, that they definitely did take because that was in your pack.
Mm-hmm. Cost and I will go catch up with Angus.
Okay.
Well, we don't know where Val is, so he's apparently keeping an itemized list of what he's remembering to forget.
Well, you look across the hall into the guard barracks, and Val is sitting there going through the few items that he had in his side pouch that was on his waist.
Uh-huh.
Cost is just looking at the three of you and kind of keeping a good bit of distance.
You
from
said
Angus.
you said the door is kind of open. We can see Val through the door.
Yeah, the door's pushed open.
All right, so I kind of just letting him know that we're all here.
Right.
We're leaving. Yeah, we're planning on going into town, grabbing some supplies before we head out. You, got everything you need?
By the time I woke up and started putting my armor on and everything, can I have made a small list of things? Because I was already thinking ahead, things that we might need for the trip.
Yeah, I imagine that's something that you would have done before calling it for, let's call it the night, even though it was still morning when you all went to sleep originally.
Okay, because I do have a list of survival things just for every
We took
day.
the night shift.
So is there any other soldiers nearby or anything like that?
There's no one else in the current barracks that you're in.
Okay, so let's just head out. We're gonna look for Silder, if possible. I just want to let him know there to send word to Barathons, so that we're gonna be picking up some items and also
Do you want
see if we can get a
Angus?
map.
Do you want Angus and I to head to get supplies when you go talk to Silver?
Yeah, that's fine.
Angus, does that work for you?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
Okay. So we'll split up. We'll go get supplies.
All right, you all start to walk out of the current barracks area here in the back of the complex, pass through the large cavern in the middle.
Do we see anything in the barracks before we head out? I know there was weapons and stuff from the last time I was in there in that room, but
There were a couple of foot lockers in the guard barracks, but there weren't shelves of supplies. This was just a bunk.
okay, no food and no nothing.
Nothing that was hanging on the walls or anything.
I wouldn't want that food. Okay. So we'll head out of the barracks then.
As you guys walk through, you get to the cistern right by the entrance, and there are two guards just on post here. And you come walking up, both of them give you all nods. They seem to be kind of more staring at Cost than you three.
I say, hey, you salute commanding officer.
One of them goes, "Oh, right." And he stands at attention and he puts his hand over his heart here.
I just simply more soft.
He just kind of parrot it a little bit.
Yeah. And
He's like, oh, that's what we do.
stand up.
The guard, right. He goes back and still holding his spear. Anything you need, Sergeant?
Any activity throughout the day? Any news from the town?
Since yesterday? No. Still haven't heard anything going on. The fires are thankfully put out, but I haven't heard anything. I've just been on post.
Any news from the patrols around it?
Nothing that's reached my ears, no.
Okay, I'll go talk. Have you seen Silder?
Oh, Zulu, right. I think he's in town. I think he's still getting everything right.
Okay.
We're at the back now, I guess, right where that trap door is.
Yeah, you're at the entrance.
And that's kind of the manor's up above.
Yes, right in front of you is the steps
So-
that lead out.
As we come out, what does it look like? How does the town
So
look?
you guys exit out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start working out.
All right, yeah, as you exit out through the cellar door that's retrofitted here, you look out over the town and make an intelligence check.
That would be 15.
15. You look about and it seems to be from the position of the sun sometime in the late afternoon. And you look out and you can see the majority of the wooden roofs of this town. At least a third of them are missing. The rest are blackened and scorched. There's still smoke rising from a good number of the buildings, but there are no flames that you can see. There's no open fires. Everything looks contained at this point. You do see people moving about all over town. You can see a couple, you look out, just kind of surveying, you do see some guards and some townsfolk doing kind of a fire manning operation of bringing in wood from the woods north of town. You look over, you see some more coming from the eastern side as they're just bringing in just not full tree trunks, but it looks, hewn wood to sort of try to retrofit structures and start the repair operation. And you can hear raised voices in town that sounds like people shouting, not in a panicked or frenzied manner, but just that this is a massive operation going on at this point.
Is there any soldiers nearby that like within speaking distance?
You see that there's one looking out from where the entrance of the manor would have been. Looks like he's just kind of on post by the road.
How do you address soldiers? Like, soldier.
Hello?
Hey?
Have you seen Solar anywhere?
Yeah. He's he should be where the town master's hall was. He's coordinating everything.
All right. Let's go. And just thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You go and speak with Soldier. We're gonna go try to get supplies.
Okay. No problem. All right. So that's where we're gonna head out in the same direction. As the
Yeah, you guys do that thing where you go that way, you go that way, and they both start walking in the exact same direction down the main road of town.
Road. Yeah.
Everyone kind of awkwardly looking at each other, but nobody saying anything. You two are heading to Barathon's?
Yes.
Okay. So by the time you pass by the complete wreckage of what had been the town master's hall, Val steps off to the side. You guys can see that Silder is there with a small congregation of soldiers, and you see him pointing and just giving orders. A couple of townspeople walk up. One's got a bucket in hand, and as they pass by you, you can see that the bucket is full of nails. And you see Silder kind of tap them on the shoulder and point them in the direction of the inn. They start heading out. And it's this massive rebuilding effort currently going on. And Silder looks up, sees the three of you. Oh, good. Good, you guys are finally awake.
I look at Cost and I say, Cost, Angus and I are heading to Barathon's to get some supplies. Would you like to accompany Val to go speak with Silder or come with?
He looks over at Angus. I'll stay here for the moment. Thank you.
Okay. I kind of figured, so that's why.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So you guys head off.
Yeah.
And,
I'll give him the list of things to get.
Okay.
I just kind of waved to Silder, letting him know that yes, because he was addressing us as a group, but we're gonna go walk, and then Val goes and talks to him.
Okay. You give them the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you hear Silder talking to another one. All right. Yeah. The priority is the inn, but any other buildings, if they need help, especially the residences, make sure they're structurally sound, and then we'll start fixing everything. Val, what can I do for you?
We were getting ready to acquire all the supplies that we need for this trip, but there's a few things that I wanted to ask you in particular. I was looking for if you had any other maps. I know the water area is actually destroyed, but I didn't know if you had any on the barracks themselves.
I have a couple of survey maps of the area immediately around the town, but I don't have any area maps. Everything we kept here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would the maps around the town area, it's still would kind of show us in the direction where, because we looked at the maps quite a few times, we would
Yeah.
not know where way
And
Vega
this, so
Pava.
you're trying to recall
Mhm.
where it is. This is a straight intelligence check. Actually, from the amount of times that you spend studying the map, you can add your proficiency bonus to this intelligence check.
7.
7. You vaguely remember that from looking at the maps and confirmed by what Radolf the Druid had told you, plus Gundred's map that you originally spent some time copying onto yours. You remember it was within 20 miles of town, vaguely to the southeast. Exactly where, you don't exactly recall.
Southeast, right?
Mhm.
Any structures that I can remember that are nearby within a few miles?
No structures of any kind. It was where the mountains that are to the south of Phandelver begin, but exactly where the hilly alpine area starts to transition properly into mountain, your map was not accurate enough to detail that.
Okay. Since we lost all of our supplies, so I know things are going to be extremely limited here with the reconstruction of the town.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'm sure we can spur some like torches in their box, maybe some backpacks for us, so we can carry the tents.
Yeah, anything you need, you can just requisition.
Do you
Your
have
friends are going to Barathon's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can just grab what they need. Barathon knows to talk to me.
Do you have anything that could, an emblem or anything in regards to the Lord's Alliance? We've just been trying kind of blind and we lost your letter of recommendation that we had.
Thanks for a minute.
Yeah.
And he takes the ring off of his ring finger on his right hand and hands it to you. He says,
I want that back.
Okay. And I put it on my, because I already had the other ring. The one that Cos gave me, right?
no, the Meilin
No,
wears.
he has. I had another. Oh, the platinum ring.
You do have the platinum signet ring from your first foray into Trisandra Manor, yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm getting to be like
Yeah, I was about to say, you collect them all, you get the Mandarin.
yeah.
All right, and
So I mean, it's kind of late. Do you? This is me looking at Silver and Cost. Do you think we should like plan tonight what to do and head out first light in the morning, or?
cost, yes. You mean to try to locate your cave?
And my brother.
Oh, yes. Well, how well do you see in the dark?
I don't know, but I will be getting some torches. It'll be mighty limited, but
Well, if you feel comfortable navigating by torchlight, you can leave whenever. If it was me, I would leave in the morning.
okay.
You said earlier it was midday, right?
It's mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Okay. So once Meilin comes back and Angus, because I know Angus feels comfortable during nighttime, we'll go ahead and ask them, see what they think. Because obviously, the faster we leave, the faster we get there, or attempt to get there.
I'm sorry, it sounds as if you're under the impression that I would be going with you.
I thought that was the whole point.
I'm not venturing anywhere. After he looks around, he kind of opens his arms looking at the rest of the town. He goes, do you think I'm going to go after whatever did this? I'm going to be here with the armed guards, thank you.
How do you plan on stopping Oblivion? You being such a powerful mage, and us such lowly, like, soldiers now.
I have full faith and confidence that you can handle this. I'm going to be here where it's safe, thank you. If Oblivion is coming, then it will come.
Okay, well, at least before the end of the day, would you be able to scribe, see if my brother's in safe location, or at least know what kind of location?
I can certainly try, it's not a guarantee.
How many times can you do that?
Anything from me? I can attempt 3.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll go to Barrington's now, gather supplies. Tilder, do you have anything else in mind that I would need before we head out?
Still, I think.
I mean, I could always use more hands here, but
Well, you got Cuss now, since he's gonna be staying with you guys. Sure, he can help.
Silder looks over at Kasi.
if he decides to be more cooperative, maybe. But I need hands to build things right now.
I understand, but if you have the opportunity, he might have a lot of knowledge of other things in the area.
What do you know, wizard?
Kasi goes. As far as locations, I know of Cragmaw Castle, as it's apparently called. I know of the old watchtower where I was studying before I was drawn into this mess. And now I know where Phandelver is. I'm not exactly from here.
Okay. Maybe other kind of knowledge.
Such as...
I guess we'll figure something out. You seem very helpful. So.
He just kind of smirks at you and he just looks out at the rest of the town. And Silver goes,
You know, check on the southern end of town, where the farmhouses are. That's where Radoff had been staying the last few days. See if he's still here.
Okay. Oh,
So I can't guarantee that he bothered to stick around, especially after what happened, but we did have an outlying building that seemed to be to his taste.
did we tell Silder about the dragon?
You told him everything.
You told me that you told him a summary of the events,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
When you
You
and I
never
went-
conveyed to me, the DM, exactly to what detail you gave
When
him.
you and I went to the barracks, we said that you told him
But it was a
everything that
summary.
happened.
But it's a summary because it was quicker. But
You wouldn't have left out a dragon. In
No,
the
that,
summary.
that's a big piece of the of our
yeah,
story.
like we would
Yeah.
have. Would
Yeah.
we have said
Yes.
something like that, DM?
Yes. There's not a question. Yes. we
Yes.
would've.
Okay.
I am
Like
absolutely
1,000%.
not here to explain what you did in
Okay,
this
So,
okay.
yes, 1,000%. We talked about the dragons. We talked about the zombies. We talked
So,
about literally everything.
All right. So, the direction me remembering back, the direction that the dragon left, being like hurt, was it towards Phandelver area?
No,
Or the other
This
way?
would be an
North.
intelligence check if you can recall what direction he took off in.
No.
You do it.
That's not bad. Just straight intelligence.
Mhm.
That's 13.
13. You imagine roughly it was northwest that the dragon took off in, which is from where Thunder Tree lies, is the exact opposite direction of Phantom.
It's because he was scared.
Just hope you can't turn around.
Oh, so he's missing half his teeth.
Oof.
He does have a broken ankle.
True. All right. So, and he told me to go to the farmhouses on the south.
South end of town, yes.
So,
As Val stays back with Silder and Cost, the two of you continue down the main street towards Barathon's.
Okay.
You can see the front windows that had been blown out now have large pieces of wood hammered to the front of them to try to create some type of barrier to the outside, but it's been very hastily done. The front door to the shop is open, and you can see Barathon inside as you get close. Is just kind of, you see him carry a few burned pieces of wood and some junk, basically, and is dumping it into kind of a pile that's in the street right in front of the door. He looks up. Ah, gentlemen. How are we?
Could be better. How are you doing?
Oh, could be a lot worse.
Yeah, that's true. I'm doing all right, all things considered.
This was one of the buildings that we went to go help out, right?
Yes,
This was one that was just the roof kind of caved in.
the
but
roof had
structure
started to
was-
fall in, and
Everything else was okay.
And I convinced him to go to the end.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Just wanted to recap
I
that.
tell me, you look a lot better than I last saw you.
yeah, your help
and things. I got a little confused and everything that was going on, but yeah, I feel better now. I'm just trying to clean things up.
We're getting ready to move out to, lack of better terms, to rectify what happened here.
Oh, that.
And then we were told that we might be able to get some supplies from you through Silver.
Oh, of course. Yeah, anything you gentlemen need. I mean, most of what I have is a little dirty right now, but most of it seems to be still serviceable.
Dirty works.
But I don't think dirt really bothers either of us. No.
Oh, good. Yeah, well, what do you all need?
So I looked through the
Okay.
list that
Yeah.
Val,
I hand him the list that Val handed off.
we could use some torches, a map of the area if you have it, tinderbox so we can start fires, tents if you have them, rations, water skins, an explorer's pack or 3.
I mean, I've got a couple of backpacks. Not exactly sure what an explorer's pack is, but I guess they're the same thing. I should have still most of that. That was secured.
What about healer's kits by any chance?
Those I don't think I have. I think I had a couple, but I think the soldiers have them right now.
Do you have any healing potions?
That I don't. Those I went back in early this morning and got the one that I still had to hand it off.
Okay. Do you have rope?
I should have some, yeah.
Okay.
Would that be part of the backpack kits? Or are we talking empty backpacks?
You're talking player's handbook stuff. He just has backpacks. Yeah, he goes and do you guys follow him back inside?
Yeah, we follow him inside. What would be in the explorer's pack? Does he have those items that we can put into a backpack?
He does have 5 torches that he pulls out. He does have 2 sets of rope, a 50-foot rope.
Okay.
He does have 1 set of flint and tinder. He has he pulls out 3 packs of day rations.
So 3 days rations.
So 3 days worth of rations. And he looks about and he's
I think I've got some parchment, but I don't have any maps. That's you probably have to talk to Silda for that.
Okay. What about tents?
Oh, tents. Maybe let me check in the back. And he goes in around the counter into the back room area. You hear a little bit of rustling, and he comes back and he goes, I got 1 tent. And he comes back with this kind of canvas bundle. It's normally big enough really for 2 people, but you're of a shorter stature, it might work.
2.5. Well, we only sleep 2 at a time anyway.
Yeah. Do you have any sheets of leather that could be used?
Just like leather for making clothing, or
Something like that, yeah.
I've got some.
Like dowels of leather.
I think I got maybe 1 in the bag. Let me take a look.
Okay. And do you have any thieves' tools? Lockpicking sets?
No, this is a legitimate business.
Do you have any lockpicking sets or any locksmithing tools?
Well, I had 1 set of locksmithing tools that we traded a piece out with your friend Val.
I heard he lost those. Okay.
Let me see if those are okay. You see him look under the counter, kind of rustle about, and he pulls out a box. He goes,
It's still not complete, but you might be able to work with this.
he hands a small box over to you, and you pop it open. It's not a full set in there. It's workable should maybe you find a lock that might need to be worked.
DM question, would that be like a roll at a disadvantage then?
It would depend on what we find.
Okay.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. And he goes, let me get the leather for you. And he goes in the back, and he comes back with like a 5-foot by 5-foot sheet of leather.
He goes, this is the best I got. You can You make a, well, maybe a whole set of pants for somebody small. And he hands it over to you.
Perfect. And then he had 3 backpacks? 4?
For backpacks, he has 2.
2 backpacks, okay.
What about water skins and, to hold it while we're traveling?
He comes back and he goes, I've got 5.
No, we just need. We'll take 3 of them.
3? Okay. And he hands those over. So 3 water skins.
I know this is not standard, but like cooking utensils or something like that.
We haven't had those.
I mean,
To begin with.
I know, but I mean, we'll be now on the road later on. I would have put it like on the side, like if needed. I don't know if that's a thing in D&D, like
It can't be. We haven't been, you guys have been living on hardtack and dried rations so far.
And he already gave over the rations that he had.
Yeah,
3 days.
he had 3 days of rations. He handed those over.
We can go try that and see if she has anything.
Yeah, I think we need to do that. I just want to check the list here. Just looking over Val's list that he gave me real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Just, checking over Val's list. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything on Val's list that he gave me. No, I think that should be okay.
because this is from memory, like being thinking back, like explorer's pack, and like because these things will be needed. This is what we usually start with.
Would you happen to have a whetstone?
If I do, it's going to be around here somewhere. Maybe Lynette's got one. I mean, she normally handled the weaponry around here.
Angus, I think we've got what we could from here.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's head over to Lennon's and see if we can gather the rest of whatever we can.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and I'll say, thank you, my friend.
Yeah, of course.
Be well.
You as well. Come back. Just make sure you come back.
Oh, I'm not planning on going anywhere.
Will do.
Permanent.
Can't wait to see your shop up and running again.
Yeah, it makes 2 of us.
Yeah.
So you guys head out.
Yeah.
And you look across the street, kind of catty corner, and the wreckage that used to be the Lion Shield Coster is still standing there. All that remains is the foundation and a burned pile that was the first floor. The second floor, of course, collapsed in and gone.
Is there
There's
anyone there?
nobody there.
Okay. Can we go through it? I mean, armor wouldn't get destroyed, swords wouldn't get destroyed, whetstone wouldn't get destroyed.
I mean, we have all of our weapons.
Okay.
It's
I didn't
not
know
like
if you guys wanted a whetstone to sharpen your tools.
No, I mean, I have a giant hammer. It should be okay.
In your axe now.
Yeah, but that's only good for cutting down trees.
Right. What do you two do?
Head back and see if we can get anything from Silder and see what he says.
Yeah, let's go to Silder. The inn is the main
The main hub.
hub that's everyone's at,
Yes, that's as you walk past, you can see that it's still sort of retrofitted as an infirmary.
right? Let's check the inn, get some water, and maybe if they have food, since everyone's
I'm
there.
starving.
If we can get something. And then we'll go back and get Val and speak to Silder. We need to fill these water skins
With the water.
with water. Well, at least mine would be.
All right, so you head over to the inn, and you can see that there's still bustles of people going in and out. Some of the chairs and tables have been kind of broken down and hammered together as makeshift cots. There's still a good 15, 20 people laying on them. And a couple of soldiers are sitting at some of the tables, nursing mugs. A few of them are kind of nibbling on what looks like hardtack. And you see Tolbin in the back by the bar is just kind of inventorying some items. You see him, he's got rows of mugs out. It looks like he's just taking stock of everything that's left.
Okay. Let's go talk with him and see what we can get. So I approach him as you said he's inventorying what's left.
Yes.
Okay, so hi, good morning.
Yeah.
Looks like it's been crazy around here, huh?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
What do you guys have left? It looks like you're making a list.
Well, thanks to your dwarven friend, the most of the things here just got wet, but that's easy enough to clean up. I still got
I got that from being outside.
right. Yeah, good. Yeah, I've got.
That sounds so sincere.
It was.
What do you guys find that you're thinking about?
We're looking to head out. So we're trying to get as many rations as we can. Do you have any food, water, any supplies?
I've got some salted meat, and
We'll take it.
I've got got some beer. Got I think he looks back. He goes, yeah, I still got a sack or two of potatoes and turnips if you need to take anything.
You have water?
Yeah, we should. And he looks back. He goes, yeah, I got a cask of water back here. Why do you use it for cooking? What do you need?
Get these water sacks filled up.
Oh, yeah. He takes the water skins from you, goes around the corner into the back.
Thank
A
you.
minute later, he comes back with the water skins
I had
filled
a
up.
whole keg, the small keg that he gave
Oh
me.
yeah, that's right. Okay,
Are
awesome.
you
So we
just
got.
toting this keg around with you?
Well, yeah.
Did you? I think you probably.
Yeah, I'm like,
No,
okay.
he adorned
You
a
said it was
rope
it was like a
string around
cask.
it.
Yeah, it's a cat.
He adorned a string around it, and he's been
Yeah.
had it over his back. That's his new backpack.
That is my new backpack.
It does have twice strength.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so we got the water filled up. You said
Well,
salted meats. We'll
yeah,
take
you
some of that.
said you said salted meats.
Yeah, I got. How much you need?
Yes.
As much as you could spare, or we're going to rectify whatever happened.
Currently, we only have 3 days worth of rations. We
Yeah.
don't know how long we're going to be out. So, as much as you can.
And there's 3 of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's 1 day of food.
There's, I think there's 4 of us.
No, 4.
Oh,
no, it's
the
even
red
less than
guy's
that.
going too.
Just in case.
Yeah. Let me get some stuff together for you.
Appreciate it.
And he goes in the back. You hear some rustling, and comes back with one of the potato sacks filled,
Best friend.
and he sets it on the bar. And it has a leather tie on it that was just kind of wrapped for carrying, but he slightly undoes it, opens it up. He goes, "There should be a week's worth of food in here for 4 people." So
Greatly appreciate it.
yeah, of course. So there's some dried pork and some hardtack, some potatoes, and it gets you through.
I see Angus's eyes just getting bigger
Yeah,
and
just-
bigger and bigger.
My mouth is watering. We haven't eaten in like 24
I
hours.
know.
Yeah. So you guys,
I do want to chew on some of the dried meat just while we're gathering up some stuff because
Yeah, that's a hell of an idea.
I'm literally I had exhaustion.
So you guys reach in and pull out one of the pieces of dried pork
Yeah.
and split it between the 2 of you. And Tolvin sees it. All right, well, goes in the back real quick, comes back, takes 1 more, puts it in the bag,
Oh, nice.
cinches it, and ties it with the leather cord and hands it over. He goes, "Yeah, take it with my compliments, and make sure you guys stay safe out there.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Stay safe.
Yeah, we're working on it."
We'll
So
be back
you guys
in
collected, that's a total of 28 days of rations.
Sweet. Wow.
As we're getting ready to walk out to find Val, I want to look around to see if there's anybody else that could use magical healing, or is everybody pretty much okay at the moment?
Everyone seems bandaged. The few people, 15 to 20 people on the cots there, they just seem to be resting. There's a few other townsfolk kind of sitting with them.
Where's Sister Ariel?
Sister Gariel is in the middle of them. There is a guard sitting next to her, kind of keeping watch. You see that her left arm and left leg are splinted and wrapped.
Is she awake?
She is. It appears to be sleeping right now, but as you get closer, you see her breathing seems regular. Her skin has a healthier
So
color.
she seems like actually asleep. Not
So
like,
she seems just asleep
okay.
right now. And the guard looks up at you and, "Yeah, she all right. You know, she gave us some medicine, and she's just been sleeping today. Rolf, he splinted her up. She's She seems to be doing good.
Good. Keep an eye on her.
I am. It's my job.
Awesome.
You three seem all right? And he looks out and he looks over at Silder, Cost, and Valley. What's with the new guy?
Long story. We don't have that many days. But he's with us.
Yeah, he's with them.
He looks between Angus, back to Meilin, and Angus. Meilin, like, kind of trying to piece it together.
Sure.
That sounds like it's above my pay grade. Yeah.
Yeah, those questions would be directed at Sergeant Val.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the one that they'd be able to talk to.
Yeah, I heard. And good man. And he kind of looks back at Gariel. Like, anything else for you, gentlemen?
No, we thank you very much.
It's my job.
So we'll head out and meet. I think we're done now as far as that goes. Let's go talk to Silver.
So as you guys start to head out, you hear a female voice from behind you. Dwarf.
I stop and look around.
You turn around and you see the black-haired woman in the leather doublet that you pulled out of the Phandelver Miners Exchange, kind of standing, arms crossed, back to the wall, looking about, not being in the way, just kind of in an observable position. She goes, "You have a minute."
Possibly two.
While that's happening, I want to look around to see if I find that old lady that I carried. See how she's
make
doing.
a perception check.
To see how she's doing. Because she wasn't doing too good. 9.
9. You look about, you assess everyone, you don't see her in here.
I asked the guard while he's figuring out talking to that lady. I asked the guard about, hey, I brought a older lady here yesterday.
Yeah. Gail, yeah. She alright. You need to talk to her?
Is she around?
Uh,
She's doing better?
yeah, I think she's staying in one of the houses that we got set up.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that she's doing good.
Yeah, she alright.
Alright, cool.
She's all right.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the name of the episode. She's all right.
Yeah.
All right, so I head over and I'm like, yeah, I can spare 2 or 3.
I wanted to thank you for coming to my rescue. It's not something I would have expected. I thought my days were numbered there, but as a token of appreciation, I wanted you to have this. And she hands you a small pouch that clinks in your hand.
I kind of put my hand up. I'm like, this is completely unnecessary. It's what any decent, humanoid would have done.
I understand. This is unfortunately not a decent world, though. Take it with my compliments, please.
I thank you from the bottoms of my heart.
My name is Halia. Halia Thornton.
How do you spell it?
Halia.
What was the last name again?
Thornton.
I can spell that.
And she takes your hand and shakes it. She goes, "The family will not forget this kindness."
Yeah.
Are you on your way out?
We're on our way to rectify the situation, find out what happened, and make those that hurt all units of people suffer.
Interesting. Well, should you be in need again or in your travels, in dire circumstances, ask if the family is around.
Am I nearby to hear this, or is it like
Make a perception check to see if you
19?
19. Yeah, you're close enough to hear that.
Okay.
Like the family. Got it. Thank you again. I appreciate this.
The appreciation goes both ways. You take care.
You too. And as I walk away, I open up the pouch.
Inside is 10 platinum pieces.
Clink, clink, clink.
Pour in. I gotta raise a lot. Yeah. I'm like, stolen. I'm like, fudgicles.
Right next to it.
You didn't have any on you?
I probably did, but I didn't say that I did. And everything was taken, so it was fair. But now I have a pouch to put my money in.
Yes.
All right, Meilin and Angus rejoin Val as he's still talking with Silder and Cost standing off to the side. And Silder looks over at you two and says, "Get everything that you need."
Yeah, we ended up getting all the supplies we could, obviously,
Yeah,
with circumstances.
there's a couple of things that we're missing that we could really use. A healer's kit, potions if you have them, a whetstone, possibly, in case one of their weapons gets damaged.
Actually, yeah. And he reaches into his pocket and pulls out a whetstone and hands it to you.
I'll take that.
Silver's personal whetstone.
Yeah.
I handed it over to Meilin. I'm like, "Here now, whetstone, your bow staff."
It's not for the bow staff, but thank you.
He just looks at the two of you and sighs. And he goes, "We used all the healing potions we had to save people.
Understandably so.
But I think Ernst," you see one of the soldiers come running up. Hey, "Ernst, you still have the kit?" "Yeah. If I need help, hand it over to these guys." You sure?" "Soldier, hand it over." "All right.
Did he just say, "Are you sure?" to Silver?
Is that Val asking that?
It's
Sergeant Val?
Val?
Is that Sergeant Val asking that out loud?
And you see the soldier who's got this big heavy backpack on, slides it off and unties the drawstring that's on the top, pulls it open, and there's a kit inside, so kind of a smaller like hip pouch, and he's holding it and he looks at the two of you. "Yeah,
I'll take that.
hands it over to you.
Great.
And you crack it open, and it is a healer's kit. It has had some use, but there are still 6 charges available to it.
You wouldn't happen to know of anyone around here who might have a brewer's kit?
A brewer's kit. The only person who might have had that was Verithan.
Can I interject and be like, I don't think this is the time.
Why didn't I think of that?
Well, I was kind of looking at Angus while saying it, but just in case.
We can ask later. We have some work to do.
Trying to raise some spirits around here.
Was that a pun?
What's a pun?
Silver just sighs.
What's a pun?
I'm like, I get it.
Is there anything else I can help
That's
you
funny
gentlemen
as
with?
shit.
No, thank you, Silver. He said to the south. I'm like, fine. That's where Radolf was last seen, correct?
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
one of the
that-
barns down there.
The hippie guy?
Yeah, the druid. That's the person we need to go find now.
Well, we ended up getting enough rations for the 4 of us, so if we're ready to head out,
Yeah, about that.
about what?
Well,
Do you need to wait?
no, we'll talk on the way.
On the way to where?
We're heading to the south part of town, trying to find Radolf.
Oh, okay. I mean, a 5th person could always be helpful
Did you
for our
find
journey.
the items that I gave you there on the list?
Everything we could.
We got most of it. Anything that he could spare, and I go through the whole list.
The shop wasn't in tip-top shape this week.
Yeah, I figured it was a good chance. I mean, a good bet to ask for these things.
But we got as much as we could.
Alright. Let's head out for now. Cos, you'll be staying with Sildar, correct?
What?
Yes, I will
Well, we
be.
gotta do this.
staying in town, was there anything I could do for you before you set out?
Later today, let's see if we can actually get together for Scrag that we discussed.
All right,
Coming back. Okay.
if I'm not here with your lord, I'll be in my chambers in the barracks.
I'm just gonna. All right, and I just nod and I start walking towards the south part of town.
Okay, the three of you head out.
Mm-hmm.
These chambers. You say that out loud? Hell yes, I do, and I roll my eyes.
Yes, let's go meet this druid.
All right, so you follow the road south out of town from the main square. You pass a couple more buildings. A few of the buildings that were next to the town master's hall also took a significant brunt from the explosion. Most of them have been reduced to just a shell. And as you leave the center of town, getting further away, the damage is less and less. Most everything at this point, as you get to the very edge of what would be the main town area, just seems to be soot damage. And the buildings start to thin out here in the southern part of town. As you look out, you can see kind of small, very small farmsteads, mostly divided by kind of low-laying rock walls to create kind of field demarcations. And
On the way there, can I just want to let them know. So Cost is not coming with us.
What do you mean? Well, he's not going to talk to the druid.
No, he's not coming to Wayfair Cave with us.
Why not?
Well, can I make the assumption that basically he's an academic, like you said? No, I mean technically he's
that's the measure of him that you have.
okay. Like so
Is
he's
he scared?
yeah. Which gives me another piece of opinion that I'll keep to myself for now. But
Well, probably the same one that I share, coward.
and I point Angus' way. I'm like, there you go. So let's try to find Radolf. But I mean, we're not gonna count on Cost. I was counting him as, support. But it's just us
Yeah.
three.
We could definitely have used him.
What I'm worried about his comment that this is technically like maybe a small army. It's just three of us.
Yeah. Which is why it would have been nice to have him.
All right, keep an eye.
At least for a shield.
I mean, he would have been behind us. Keep an eye out if you see any maybe animals that have intent, like looking at us in particular, or surrounding us, going around the area, or anything like that. Or if you see Radolf himself, because he's supposed to maybe be in this area. Okay. So I don't know if you want to spread out just a little bit.
Hey, Radolf!
He starts yelling for him.
You yell out, you can hear Meilin's voice kind of echo out across. And go ahead and make a perception check, all of you.
Jesus.
I don't know if I'm still in town or not.
Well,
12?
7.
7?
With the 3.
3? Okay. You guys are just kind of looking about. You spot one of the barns behind one of the farmhouses has a number of crows perched on top.
well, that one has a whole bunch of crows perched on top.
I can't tell what those are.
You see some black specks on it.
I actually do want to, while they're looking for, I wanted to look at the ground while we were walking to see if I can find any of the shrapnel that I found the piece of
Make an investigation check.
before.
What are you doing?
Natural 20.
Okay.
It'll be 12.
23.
You don't find anything that seems like it would be from the explosion. You do find a couple of bits of metal here and there, and you kind of piece them together a bit, and they seem to be some type of a spur or joint of a wagon axle that as you see him just sort of start jigsaw puzzling this thing back together, but it looks like a snapped wagon axle from a long while ago.
How much of it do I have? Like, how much of that axle piece?
Just the center joint fixture.
Okay. I put it in my...
I start working towards the crows that I hate pointing to.
Okay, as you get closer to the barn, you can tell that this building, the buildings around you were far enough away. They don't have any fire damage. There's a little bit of, you can see soot that's settled on the roofs. The crows are all kind of bunched up together, and all of them seem to be doing that thing where they kind of cock their head to the side, but the eye is looking right at you. And as the three of you approach, one of the crows takes off flying and does a kind of a circle, lands in front of you, and instantly shifts up into the kind of raggedy, road-worn form of your favorite druid, Radolf.
Hey Val, I found Radolf.
Ah, you guys made it.
We did. How are you?
I'm all right. It was kind of an interesting day.
Your dragon friend says hi, by the way.
Does he? What did he say?
He said hi.
A lot.
Ah, yeah. He was talking.
Rita, do you have some time for some questions?
Yeah. I don't have anywhere to be right now.
How long have you been here in town?
About 2 days.
Did you 2 days?
Yeah. I flew here right after we talked.
Did you notice anything different happened in town?
Yeah, it blew up.
Yeah, it sure did.
Did you see any strange activity in town prior to that explosion? Since you arrived.
Well, I saw this kind of weird guy walking in the town with you this morning or this afternoon.
Before the explosion.
Uh,
The other before.
you see him think like his eyes are just darting back and forth.
Is this like that other
Yes.
wizard in Lord of the Rings? That crazy looking one?
Radagast?
Yes.
He's a little Radagasty.
Okay.
He doesn't have dried bird poop on the side of his head, but yeah, he's very
I
Radagasty.
mean,
Got
in my mind, he does.
I mean, you don't know exactly what's in his hair.
Yeah.
But again, there was,
Knocked out.
the weird thing was like a day ago, there was this group of halflings. They rode through town. I think they were prospectors or something, but it's not really, I don't know, common to see a group of like 6 halflings just traveling somewhere.
6.
Yeah, they were heading east.
East?
Yeah, they had mining picks and stuff. That was a little weird.
So, did I get the map from Silder?
Silder didn't have any map for it.
On him, okay. But he had the surrounding areas. Did he not say that?
He had a map of the small area around town. He said he had one.
All right.
We should ask Silver about these mining folks.
Yes. Rayleigh, the direction that they left, east, is that
Yeah.
did it seem to be like the same path you would take to get to Wayback Cave?
No, way back over
Because
there,
it's
south.
right?
Yeah.
Is there any path that crosses from east to south later on?
No, the road south just goes down to the lake, about 2-3 miles, and then you keep going south from there. Yeah, Wayback Cave is like 20 miles or so.
20 miles. Is
Uh-huh.
it? All right. Do you have any exact places that are nearby? I mean, you've been to that place, right? Not too long ago, you said?
Yeah, I've been past there.
Do you know any... I don't know how to say
You know
like,
where Wayback Cave is.
I do. Yeah, why?
We have a generalization. I tell you to pull out the map.
no, we don't have one. We don't have a map, that's the thing.
Didn't.
No, we don't have one. I mean, this is me telling Meilin.
Okay. I
Is
thought
there
you were
any
getting some
markers or anything close to Wayback Cave?
Landmarks.
That's big tree with 2...
Yeah, there's 3 really big pines right in
Well,
front of it.
We did get parchment.
Like really big?
Oh, bigger than usual.
We got parchment paper.
Yeah, it's in kind of a culvert.
Very nice.
There's a little
You go
rainfall collect there. Trees
Yeah,
can
Angus
get
has
pretty
it.
big.
Angus has it.
Okay, so pretty big.
Why, you need to go there?
Could you draw it out for us on paper?
Well, I can show you.
So we have paper.
Like I said, it's only like 15, 20 miles. It just take a day.
So you would be willing to be our guide to the cave?
Yeah, it's better staying in towns that go boom.
Fair point.
Fair.
I do want to say that I had my doubts about you.
Really?
Yeah, you're a little flighty, but
Well, yeah, I can turn into a bird.
I know it's wonderful. I really, really like to say thank you, and I appreciate you keeping up your end of the bargain.
Well, of course, I'm not going to give somebody my word, and then what the hell is the point of a word?
I completely agree. And to let you know is that that little dig site
Yeah?
all cleared up.
Oh, good. Good. Yeah, it's an old watchtower.
It's
It's just it, man. Nature's supposed to take those things back over, and and what was there? I mean, it did. I remember it smelling pretty bad.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot of dead things there, but that's all taken care of now.
Yeah. Ah,
So
all
you need to
I don't need enough.
anything for our journey? Is there anything you need to get from?
No, I travel pretty light.
Do you have any additional supplies since you travel for like healing potions?
No,
Anything?
not so well. I mean, I've got my food, and
Okay.
I usually live off the land, so to speak.
Is there dirt nearby that it's easy to like trace on it?
Yeah, I mean, you guys are kind of standing in
Yeah.
like a dirt field.
I draw that like reverse mountain thing with the thing in the middle
Mhm.
on the floor. Have you seen this before?
He looks at it. He kind of looks down at it. Then he walks around it. Kind of looks at it from a different angle. Yeah. Scratches his hair a little bit. Make a perception check real quick.
Can I help?
Don't really know how you can help somebody see.
23.
He goes over and
Natural
23?
20. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you saw like some lice kind of skitter across his hand real quick. Yeah. And he kind of walks around the other side of the thing. So he's looked at this thing from like every angle and just keeps cocking his hand. I have no idea what this is.
That makes 4 of us.
Okay. All right. When can we leave?
I'm ready to go right now. I've just been sticking around to see if they needed a hand with anything, but they seem to have everything okay.
What time is it? About
Good afternoon.
4 or 5-ish.
4, 5, 6, roughly. Yeah.
79. Okay.
And
Wristwatches aren't a thing.
we need to do scribe before we move on. We need to. Cost is able to do 3 times scribe, so we can do my brother.
Do you really think he's going to waste all 3 of his daily nonsense on us?
He's not doing anything else. It's
That's-
almost the end of the day.
That's kind of the problem.
Well, if he's not, then what's he good for then? He's not helping with town.
Oh,
He's
you
not coming with us.
You don't want me to answer that.
If there's a chance, let's take it. I'm with you. Let's go.
I just don't think that he'd be willing to do it 3 times for us.
I'll ask him very nicely.
Pat my warhammer on the hand. I'm like, yeah, I could too.
Bring it up.
Hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Give us about an hour, and we'll be back to the same spot right here. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
That's
Yeah, I'll be right. I'll be here.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. It is on the way out, so.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go back to find Cost and to ask him.
Wait a minute.
What?
I don't know if we should do it in the middle of the night.
Why? We got torches. And better now. We still got attacked last time, regardless.
Are you comfortable showing us the way in the dark? Because he can fly, and I can't. Don't know about the 2 of you.
I can.
I've never tried.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I have, and it didn't work.
I mean, I can travel fine at night, but I mean,
You see in the dark,
for a time.
and I can't. Can you, Val?
I can't. I do have torches again.
But what
Okay.
How is that different from us traversing any other time? Not being able to, quote, see in the dark never stopped us from traveling before.
Okay.
I mean,
to make sure.
think about it. You said it's mid-afternoon, correct?
I'm on board.
We can walk at least halfway. It's half a day, technically, right? Sleep the 8 hours, and it'll be daylight by next day, and then we continue and we get there.
Okay.
And
Either
still
way,
be daylight by the time we get there.
Either
As
way.
per radar, right?
Yeah, it's 20 miles if you set out at this point in time. By the time you would normally stop for the day, as you guys have traveled overland before, then yes, you would, by his estimations, you should make it by late morning, noon the next day.
So either way, we're making the entire journey in the nighttime. I'm okay with it as long as you guys are.
I am.
Okay.
I mean, we can't really, everything we've heard, we can't really wait too long.
Okay. So let's go get you scribed up.
All right. So we'll see you in an hour right now.
All right, I'll be right here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So want to move back. Find
You see him kind of depart you guys, and he walks back towards and into the barn. So you guys start heading back?
Yes.
All right.
Angus,
Yes.
I know it was important to you, and that's why I brought it up earlier. On the way back through town, do you want to check with Berthan? Because we never asked about a brewer's kit.
I think that his need for it outweighs my own.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't stop us. We can still go and we can meet him there. Didn't know if you wanted to ask for it.
No, I think that the town would need more reason to celebrate than I do at the moment.
Okay.
Plus, I have this. I tap onto the keg on my back.
Your keg back? Okay.
As we're walking towards town, like closer to town, Angus and Meilin, I know that I want to attempt to scribe to see what Grenton's condition is. Do you guys know? We don't know the name of the black spider, technically. Let me see.
While you're thinking of that, Angus, you'd mentioned when we got here you just went to the blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
How is that looking? Does that building still stand?
Yeah, it doesn't seem. I don't know. Considering everything else is in ashes, it's pretty well off. It's pretty sturdy.
Okay. I'm gonna go check it out. I want to see if there's something there I can grab.
Okay.
I'll meet you guys back where Soldiers.
By this time, you guys have walked back into the town, and you're passing the smithy right now.
I turn into it.
Okay.
I'll catch up with you guys.
And you guys continue up the road.
Yes.
Okay. As you get closer to the smithy, you can hear the rhythmic hammering coming from inside. The building seems solid and sooty, but honestly, being a blacksmith shop, you're not sure if this is from the fire or just this is normally how it looks. As you walk in through the front gates of the building are open, but it's dark and smoky inside. And you see a couple figures inside working away on things. And in the center of this kind of bustle of activity, you see this large half-orc woman who is working away with a set of hammers, hammering out very, very quickly nails with a set of tongs. She's hammering on one down, tamps the pointed end, slides it down, hammers another one, slides it down, and there she looks like she has a couple of assistants who are collecting these into buckets and setting them off to the side. And she looks up and
What can I do for you?
Angus had told me about this place. Said you got a fine establishment here.
I do.
Awesome. I am in need something simple, and I pull out the selection of picks and thieves tools that I have, or lockpick sets that I've gotten. I'm missing a couple pieces, so I kind of just show her the little pieces. Do you have any slivers of metal that we might be able to join with this set to help on our journey?
she looks after me.
I normally don't make things like this. I'm not exactly a fan of their usual use, but I do have some cast-off pieces.
She looks around.
That crate over there, it's usually where I throw off the small bits that I can't really use. See if there's anything in there that you could repurpose.
Awesome. So I'll go and check.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
4.
4. This is just these small twisted pieces of metal, but you grab a couple and they bend very easily in your finger. There's nothing in here you could put any real tension on
Okay.
to complete your set.
Okay. Is there anything that I could take a couple and then twine them together for support for the other pieces?
Make an intelligence check.
I'm gonna fight really well. Like when I roll for fighting, it's gonna be amazing. Intelligentes is like 2.
2. Okay. You try wrapping stuff together, but you, while having proficient and significant experience in the utilization of these tools, their manufacturing and preparation is just it's a skill set that you've never even attempted before.
Okay.
You're like, this is just hats off to the people who can make these things, because this is just not something I get. As you try wrapping like your 5th one, and it still has like no tension to it.
Yeah. And then I say, before I leave, another long shot. You wouldn't happen to have ever made a brewer's kit before?
Nah, long time ago, but I haven't made one in a while.
Okay. Wouldn't happen to have one lying around from a long time ago? would you?
No, not something I'd usually keep lying around here.
All right. Just wanted to get Angus something. Just curious.
It's for Angus.
Yeah. He likes to drink.
You see her smile, just kind of. She looks away in a little bit.
I knew I liked him. I don't
He's
have
spoken highly of
anything
you.
for brewing, but here, take this.
And she hands you, it's a metal pick about this long. It has a wooden nub on the end of it, and the nub has got a flattened top to it. And she hands it to you, and she goes,
Normally I use this to put in rivets, but this plus a hammer should take most locks off.
Oh. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's not
We might need to pick
it's not for delicate work, but if you need to get a door open.
Perfect.
That's cool.
I greatly appreciate it. Thank you.
she puts her hand on your shoulder, and she stands a good at least 6 inches higher than you. And it's like having your shoulder in a set of vice grips when she looks right at you, not angrily, but just with a stern look on her face.
You get him back to me. You hear?
We'll do it all I can. Yes.
You better do everything. I like that dwarf. I don't normally like dwarfs.
Yeah, I like them too, actually.
Good.
And she lets go of you. She picks up her hammer. And
On your way then.
Thank you. Again, I appreciate it. So I head out.
Head out?
Yep.
Okay. You run, you catch up to them. The two compatriots of yours are standing by, still with Silder. You guys have just been standing by. Silder's been dealing with just kind of a procession of soldiers and townsfolk as far as, again, continuing to coordinate the rebuilding efforts. Koss has been sitting on a piece of broken stone that had apparently been a piece of flagstone or something. One side is flattened, and he's just kind of leaning on his staff, watching everything as it goes by, just taking it in.
I'm there now.
Yep, and you run up, you catch up to them. They're still kind of waiting in line to speak with Silver.
Angus. Hey, Angus.
Yes.
I met your friend over there at the smithy.
Yeah. She's pretty nice.
She's actually quite awesome. Very strong. I sort of rub my shoulder. I got something for us that might help. She said this here tool with a hammer can open pretty much anything. And I kind of hand it off to Angus to take a look at.
You can see that this is an owl that is for working with metals to punch holes for rivets.
I've never seen that kind of owl.
Also, you can spell it with an A.
Oh.
And
I have no idea.
in a pinch, you can jam one in a lock, hit it with a hammer, and bust a lock open.
I couldn't finish my lockpicking set, which is what I went there to do. But I think this takes over.
The only problem is the only hammer I have is my warhammer. As when we head back to, I'm going to stop by the smith.
Okay, you head back to the Phandelver smithy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were on our way to.
I mean, well, you guys are going to talk to Carlos. I have nothing to say to him.
Okay.
Especially now that I know that he's not going to come with us. I mean, there's
No point.
there's no positive communication that would happen.
Okay. So you head to the smithy. You two are staying behind to speak to Cost?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys, or you were still waiting to speak to Silder, but you just kind of step out of the line to.
Yeah, so we saw Cost sitting on the
Yeah, he's sitting off to the side.
whatever. All right, let's go talk to him.
Hey, Cost.
Yes,
You ready to do that scribe?
I am at your service in this matter. Yes.
But not other matters.
So there's 2 people.
What other matters do you need?
A lot of other matters as we leave town, but I guess you're not joining us, huh? From what I'm hearing.
To leave the safety here? No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not my prerogative to walk into the jaws of the lion.
To not make sure that the rest of the world is safe, just town.
If oblivion comes, oblivion comes.
You seem a little bit more pressing in regards to Oblivion before, but we'll take care of it.
I mean, you did seem like you wanted to stop it.
I will be of assistance any way that I can, but me dying in some futile attempt does not seem productive.
Do you think we're gonna die?
I don't know. All I know is that I would rather be surrounded by soldiers should a threat come.
Do you have anything useful for us traveling without you?
I can try to divine information as we had spoken about previously that might aid you on your way.
Okay. Have any health potions?
I do not.
I got 2 people, if that's possible for you. One of them is my brother. Not blood related, but it's like a dragonborn that we spoke about.
Yes, you've mentioned him.
What do you require in regards to a scribe, besides the name?
Well, not knowing him personally, do you have any items of his?
You have his blood. You found it in that mechanism. Caused all this explosion,
No, that
as
was
you
his.
sussed out.
Yes.
We're guessing it might be. It's the only dragon blood we might know of,
He reaches into the pack and he pulls out.
other than
Good memory.
Yeah.
He pulls out the fragment, the metal shard that still has the dried golden blood on it. This actually will help. This will take me 10 minutes. Do you have any other business to attend to, or can you wait?
We'll wait. Because now that you have that piece of scrap metal also, besides the blood that's on it, whoever created that piece of metal might actually also be possible to scribe on.
I would need to know who made it. At least second-hand information would help. Do you know who might have constructed this?
Thinking of what it might be, we can assume maybe he's a drow.
maybe he goes by the Black Spider.
Ah, see. A name. Name helps.
So we
I
name
can
that.
try. That one will be more difficult, but I can try.
Well, if you're gonna be in regards to the Black Spider, then might as well call him Nesnar.
Ah, you know his name.
You do.
Excellent. That will help. Alright. Let me concentrate for a few minutes here. And he takes his staff and he kind of jams it into the dirt so it stands freely on its own. And he cracks his knuckles. He starts to concentrate and he reaches up on the head of his staff. There's a small black orb on it. He puts his hand on. He closes his eyes and you see his fingers start to maneuver around, creating sigils in the air almost for a moment. You can almost see the outlines of them as he's tracing these shapes. And it takes him 10 minutes
to cast the spell, and now I have to make a
While he's
target
doing that-
saving throw to see if this is successful.
While he's doing that, I try to jam my bow staff in like he did. And it falls over. Actually,
It clanks, and as
it falls over.
he opens one eye, looks at you,
I thought it was a
kind
good trick.
of scowls a little bit, but doesn't stop him from what he's doing. And then you see this pulse of purple energy on the top of his staff as his hands kind of release the magic.
Oh, that's how he keeps it. Yeah.
He keeps his eyes closed. He goes, I see a gold dragon on. He is chained, arms outstretched,
Plural.
Arms?
both arms. He is tethered to a stone wall, restrained.
He's alive.
He is breathing. He is missing a right hand. He seems hurt. He seems ragged.
What about the surroundings? Anything discerning?
His grimy stone walls. He is near a stone pillar. Okay, puts both fingers looking at way. I hear voices around him. I cannot make out what they are saying, but there are people talking in his vicinity. The light is very, very low. I can't make out any other further details. It is old. The walls seemed grimy and broken, cracked almost. But he is alive.
Like a cave.
It was mortared stone.
At least you know he's alive.
It doesn't help us much if they're gonna kill him soon.
It's not dead.
There's nothing I can assume from that information.
You
And,
had another target, a Nesnar, you said.
as your guess,
No, that's not.
And you see him perform the same ritual casting again of the spell. Again, tracing these magical lines in the air. Hand returned to the top of the staff. Can I have to make another saving throw? Oh, very nice. You see him, once again, another purple flashing. I see this individual. White hair, obsidian skin. They look like wizard robes.
What kind of wizard?
any facial features?
He has a stern look on his face. He's carrying a blackened staff with a spider sigil on the top.
And the surrounding?
Has a cloak, sort of a starry pattern to it. It's almost flamboyant. He's pointing, it seems to be talking. He's pointing at various items around him. If I had to guess, that's the same pillar I saw last time.
Where Grenton is?
I would surmise as such. The architecture looks very similar.
He's with Grenton. Do you know where?
It is a darkened space.
Any other conversations that you can make up?
He is talking. I don't know the language. It is guttural. Sharp.
Maybe Goblin.
It is not goblin in.
Vaguely Elvish, but I don't know the dialect.
How many people do you see around?
I see 2 figures near him, also drow. You see him kind of lean back like he's searching. There is a statue he is near. It's a statue of a dwarf.
Any light sources? Natural light sources that you can see?
Not natural, but there is a lit torch on a sconce near him.
You recognize the dwarf in the statue.
Has green eyes. I would surmise it's a statue of Dumathoin, the dwarven god of the dead and of craft.
Angus might know.
Its mortared stone, the statue is still well preserved, but there is some mossy growth on it. This has been here for some time unattended. This seems to be a room, a hall, a place of worship.
Do people seem to be dressed for warmth, as if it's cold in the mountains or cold somewhere? Or...
I cannot see details of the other figures, but this Nesnar, his cloak is woolen. On the inside, it has a lining. It is over heavy leathers. His boots are muddy. That's all I can see.
Thank you.
I have a few more that I can do. Do you have any other needs?
No. I don't think Angus will be requesting any particular people to talk to or look upon.
No, he and I don't seem to get along.
I take off the dragon's tooth headpiece. You can find him.
He takes the
Wow.
tooth from you.
What was his name?
A green dragon.
Well, I know.
Interesting. You have had some adventures, haven't you?
Only a couple.
Right before we mentioned.
You want to find this individual?
Please.
Good choice. He holds, in one hand holding the tooth, and back on his implement, casts the spell one more time. And now, I need a saving throw.
That's behind you.
That is a cocked die.
I see a town.
Behind you.
He's like, I see a town.
He used to be on fire. Recently on fire. Huh.
He does not save with a 4, that's for sure.
Wow.
And he discharges the magic again, and you see his head tilt up. I see. There's a young green dragon.
Yeah.
That would be reasonable for someone as yourself to have contended with and still be alive.
Wow.
Thanks.
He is surveying, he is flying. He seems to be above a wooded area from what I can see. He is flying low. Oh, he is evading. He keeps looking up, not down. From what I assume about dragons, he is in another dragon's territory. Yes, I see him flying very, very fast. I know not where he is, but I do not recognize any of the topography around him.
No mountains or anything.
My vision does not extend that far.
Doesn't seem like close by though. Yeah.
No, the woods he is flying over are old and expansive. Yes. He opens his eyes and hands you back the tooth.
Did he seem hurt by any chance?
He seemed to be flying very guardedly, keeping very low to the trees. I didn't notice any significant wounds on him. But dragons regenerate very quickly. They are magic made flesh after all.
Oh, great. It's good to know. Good thing is he doesn't seem to be close by.
Thank you, Cost.
Of course.
Let's head out. Let's go get Angus. That's a look at Silver from afar. Let's go like that.
Silder glances at you, just gives a nod, and continues back, having conversations with a few more of the guardsmen.
We're on our way.